How's it going? It is either or Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Vivi OMI update video. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And why, hello, Tammy. So we they had a little bit of a correction we had to make because I thought I could have sworn there was an H at the end of your name for Hannah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was one of those things. I thought I could have sworn there was an H at the end of your name.
Oh, hold on. I got to turn the mute off.
I thought it was one of those things. I thought I could have sworn there was an H at the end of your name.
Hold on. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. Okay, there. Got it.
Okay.
Because on my laptop, the microphone doesn't work, but I can see the comments. I have to have the laptop off.
Okay, gotcha. So you can keep up.
Yeah, so I can see see the comments.
There's what's that word called where it's the thing spelt the same way backwards as it is forward?
Oh, yeah.
Like race
yeah,
talk.
I can't remember.
Anyway,
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember.
I distinctly remember when, I think you first added me on Facebook. I was like, oh, Tammy Hanna, and then I remember making myself a note, spelt the same way forward as it is backwards, and apparently it's not. Apparently,
no. But everybody, they all think I have three first names. You know, my first, middle, last name, but everybody puts an H at the end. It's not a big deal.
I've done this before, even recently with the Dope Ryan. I thought his name was the Dope Ryan, but apparently it's the Drop Ryan, not the Dope Ryan. And maybe I'm just a little bit more, I don't know, what's that called? Not ambidextrous. What was the thing where you can't, you see 6 different letters, but they're all rearranged? Dyslexic. Maybe I'm getting dyslexic in my older age. I don't know. Also, apparently, I can't remember the names of anything anymore.
Okay, so Ray, you're 32. You're not that old.
So why am I forgetting? I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, last time I was going to look to get this thumbnail. I wanted to look at our first podcast a few months back, and I was trying to go and get a good screenshot of it, but the quality wasn't as good, and I just looked like ass that day. And it was just I can't use any of these screenshots. So instead I just did this one. But as I was searching for the perfect screenshot to put in, I had asked you about, the first question was how often you talk to people about Vivi and how many family members are in Vivi. And at the time you said just your 8-year-old granddaughter is into it, and then you talk to people.
She is all the time. Nobody in my family, unfortunately, they don't get it. Even my kids who are young, my youngest is 25 and my oldest is 29, and they just don't get it. My granddaughter's mom, she has no urge whatsoever to, when I go over to their place, the rule is I cannot talk about it. Yeah, I'm not allowed. That's all I talk about. So my granddaughter and I will go into the other room and we talk about it, because whenever the only thing she ever wants to do is be on the showroom. So when they just did when they just announced the beta going out to the whoever is in the showroom the most, well, I'm never in the showroom. The only showroom activity is because my granddaughter's in it. It's not because of me. So I'm going to be at the bottom of the bottom because I just don't go in it. So I really want Vivi to do something where kids can have a login into my account so they can't accidentally sell something or whatnot, but they can have access to my collectibles. I really wish they would do something like that. So then she can do something at home on her tablet. But a couple of people at work sometimes ask me, but I've been in the project, September will be 2 years. So everybody at work knows. They just are not. I got one person to buy OMI. She bought it at 006. I tried to get her to dollar cost average because the price is so low. She has 300,000 coins. Nothing. It's nothing at home about. But she's just not. Nobody. They buy the hype. When they FOMO in when everything's so good, the price is so high, and they know I still buy it. They know it's pretty clear, but they just are not interested. They won't be interested until the bull run happens.
That's so
and then
strange.
it'll be. I know.
She spent like
I tell them,
$2,000 on it to get 300,000, but she won't
yeah,
spend 600 to get a million. That boggles
I
my mind.
I don't get it. You know, and I mean, I'm working overtime right now to buy. I buy, $500 every 2 weeks, the dollar cost average, and they don't they don't get it. And it's okay for me. I mean, I'm good. It's like I want the price to stay low like this. I want it to. I'll be happy if it's like this until the end of the year, because I'm going to, when it goes up, I'm gonna take profit and then just wait for the next cycle, and then hopefully won't have to work anymore. That's my intention. So
Yeah, same. Agreed.
yeah, yeah,
So since you've talked to, like, in your circle, people in your life,
yeah,
about it, even so much that there's a rule that you can't talk about it in the house, or at
right.
least in your daughter's house. Have you, like, let's say when you take an Uber or if you meet someone new, do you ever like inveigle them in order to go and to like ingratiate yourself with them so that you could eventually talk to them about Vivi and Omi?
It depends on how the conversation's going. It just depends on the people. You have to. Some people are just not interested in crypto, so it all depends on who I'm around, who I'm with. There's some people that are more open than others, so it just truly just depends.
Yeah. So
On how.
you obviously you buy it every 2 weeks, Omi,
Yeah,
and so you're not impetuous about it. Like, thought goes into it. You have 2 weeks to think, okay, I'm going to buy this again, and you do have the
yeah,
chance to talk yourself out of it, but you don't. You've consistently been
no,
buying for a
yeah.
while. And if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to say, how much Omi do you have right now? Yeah.
I have 10.7 million, and I've got money in Coinbase. I'm just waiting for it to season. I'll buy some more next week.
Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, so you get a little bit more.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. So by next week, I should have right about 11.5.
Nice.
If the prices stay right where they're at, around 11.5 is what I should have next week.
Hope it dips a little for you. Get a little bit more.
I would love it. So
I'll start buying again in August. Now that I'm done with my, I say I'm done. Like, I'm done. So that's the other thing I want to talk to you about is the top 500 wallets. I think you were in the top 500 before I was in.
I was just looking at that, and I want to send LBB a message because it says on there that I have 1,385 collectibles, but I only have 1,370, and I haven't sold anything.
Oh, so oh yeah, I see you. Yeah. T Hanna
Yeah, so
005.
you know why I picked that for my username? Because it used to be my sign-on where I used to work. That's the only reason I picked that. I want to change it, I think, but
Oh, I thought
someday
you were
they'll.
about to tell me it was my AOL screen name when I was,
No, no, no,
like,
no. It was my username at one of my old jobs. But yeah, so I don't know because I haven't sold anything. All I've done is accumulate. I don't. I just add more fiat into there. So I want to know how they get that number because all I've done is bought. I haven't sold anything, and so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
Because I
sure why.
literally before we got on, I looked at it because I knew talk about that, and I'm like, I don't know where the 15 difference came from, but I mean, I like being at wallet 370. I think I'm at 374. I like to be at that wallet number, but don't want to. I want to be accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because
So
you're higher than I am. You're at it says 1385, but you said 1370, right?
yeah,
So you're
look
still
at
in
yours.
the hmm?
Look at yours. Look at your wallet real quick, and how many collectibles do you say you have?
It says 1377. It says that I have, but on the app, it's six.
How many do you actually have?
Well, I did just buy some today. What does this say on here? It says 77, and I actually have 1384. So I think it is correct because I did just buy some
Yeah,
today. Like, I bought a couple comics. I'm almost
right.
at 500 comics. I'm 498. But yeah,
You're at
so you were
498.
in, yeah, I'm close to 500. Again,
That's funny. I'm at
all of them.
796.
Oh, nice. Yeah, most of mine are $2
Yeah,
comics. But
that's
yeah,
funny.
so I had now that I'm pretty much done buying stuff on Vivi outside of like the $2 comic here and there just to keep my top 400 spot. I will start focusing on OMI in the short term, and I feel like you could also be getting a little bit more every couple weeks as well of OMI, but you choose to continue to buy, and it's not to be in the top 500 spots. You don't really care about that, right?
Well, I do, but so I have to stop looking at I gotta stop looking at the app because I went on a spree. I bought a lot of the 3-digit mighties because I really like the mighties, and then I did buy 20 comics that were $1.50 because I just couldn't pass it up for $1.50. 20.
What were those comics?
I'm not telling because then you're gonna go buy them. I'm not dumb.
Right. Am I Heisenberg at like any point in Breaking Bad? Because you're goddamn right. Oh.
I'm not telling because then they might go back up to $1.50. No, I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the name, and I can't because I'm streaming on my phone, and so I can't. I can't do it right now. But I can tell you.
So when we're done, go back to your transactions, and then
I'll let you know. So I really need to stop looking at that because there is a couple things that I am looking at that I want to pick up. But right now I'm literally trying to, I am paying off some debt because I'm potentially looking at, making a move. So if I make a move, then I have to transition some things. So yeah, you know.
I had Lori Brenner on the other day and she was, pretty vocal about doing a IRA rollover where Fidelity's letting her take her IRA tax-free and putting it into like a crypto IRA. Do you have the option to do something like that? Or is it just letting you take out money?
So, okay, so I'm going to be honest. I have a 401k where I work. It doesn't have a lot. It has, so I took a loan against it, so it probably has less than $7,000 in it. So if I leave here and move down to where I want to move, cash it out, pay the taxes, cash it out, not a big deal. I do have a larger 401k from my. Okay. Oh, we went dark for a minute. So for my divorce, I have a larger 401k, but I can't do anything with that until my ex-husband's 55. So that's not I'm 48. He's 49. I can't do anything with that for 6 years. Yeah. And it's part of his union contract.
Is it enough money in there that where you could play a little fast and loose with some of the money you do have access to, knowing that in 6 years you'll get a nice payday?
I have to look through. I know that we could do some investments in there, but I don't think any of it is crypto. And I'm not good on the stock market side. I don't know enough about stocks, so I just. We got a lot of. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and there's like I think I got about. I just got my quarterly statement. There's like 75,000 I think in there. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
I mean, if I could have taken it out, I would have taken it out, bought Bitcoin with it a long time ago. So.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't. I feel like.
I know.
Part of the reason why the government has it this way and why it's set up this way is so that we don't have access to it. So we're forced to like be cogs in the machine. We're forced to like stay in the system. I feel, and this might be like the conspiracy part of me, but I feel like that's part of the reason.
Well, it's just not even just that. I was just listening to some reports on the Fed with the interest rates and stuff, and they went up, I think, 1% yesterday. No. Yes, wait, Friday. And because I was thinking about refinancing in January. That's when I can refinance. And the way the rates are right now, there's just a way. I mean, my interest rate on my house, 4.1%. There's no way I'm going to refinance at,
what would it be 6.
I just literally looked up on Zillow right now, and they're saying refinance right now. My that would be $1,800 a month, and my renters pay $1,500. I mean, my mortgage is I'd have to raise my mortgage by $400. I'm not going to do that to my renters. And my mortgage right now is, I mean, I'm just not going to do that. It doesn't make sense. So,
well, I mean, you'd be just front loading because you would, instead of paying the extra 500 every 2 weeks to OMI, instead of 1,000 a month into OMI, you would have to do 700 into OMI each month because you'd have to take that extra 300 and put it towards what your renters couldn't pay, which I don't think is that bad. Because in January you wouldn't have like you're probably not going to still be buying in January unless we're still really, really down here.
Correct.
So I feel like
and that's if I took out, because that's and that's took out 100% loan to value at 300 grand, which I wouldn't, because I only owe 150. And I'm going to talk to my mortgage broker in January to see what options are, because again, I'm only willing to buy up to 001. That's where my cutoff is, because I was buying at 007, and I've been dollar cost averaging all the way down, and I am willing to buy all the way up to 001. That's where I'm done. So
that makes sense. So you may, honestly, it may there's a buddy of mine that is exceedingly good with these types of investments, and he says that in the past, like, what really works for something related to a token is really just to hype the lead up to it, like trailers for something. Like, he was talking about the Viviverse, saying that he hopes there's a trailer for the Viviverse, like every month, and like they delay it, the Viviverse, for as long as possible, because the trailers keep getting people hyped, and that gets a token hype. There were a couple of people that saw some of the Viviverse in San Diego Comic-Con. You didn't go to that, but you are going to either New York or DCon, right? Do you know which one it?
My goal, I plan on going to both. Well, I'm going to NYCC. I've already got my plane ticket, and I got Comic-Con tickets for Thursday, Friday, and I went to Light, and put in my information. I'm like on a list to get tickets for Saturday. And I got my time off work for DCon, so I plan on, and I'm looking for plane tickets for DCon now. So I plan on going to both.
Cool. I still haven't figured out a place for New York Comic-Con yet. Who was I asking? I think I was asking Bam Bam about how, like, there's a bunch of them at DCon last year. They got a place. I was like, could we just do like one big house? I think that'd be fun.
That would be amazing, because I started looking at hotels within like a 6-block radius of the event, and it's like $300 to $500 a night. If I roomed with somebody and we split at $350 or $400, it's like $1,500. That's more than my mortgage for 5 days. It was crazy.
Yeah, so a house might be. I mean, I don't think we can get a house in the city, but we could definitely do like a. It'd be better. Like we could do like a multi-room thing. I don't know what we get. Maybe we just go outside the city, but then have to travel in. I don't know. I'm still not sure yet. I always do my plans last minute, so let's get whatever.
Well, and I was gonna say, and if you wait till last minute, it's gonna be harder to get something if you're gonna get a group of people.
Yeah.
Is Foster going?
I think he wants to. Like, he just had another kid. So I know he's been busy with that. So if you like, and he didn't say this, but if I'm him, and I know, obviously, just parents in general give up a lot when you have a kid. You say like, hey, hon, I'm gonna go party for 4 days, even though he doesn't really party. He doesn't even drink. He's like, I'm gonna go sit in a bathtub with Randy for 4 days. He's gonna have to give something like to his life. He's gonna have to go and, hey, is the price of me going to Comic-Con worth it? What do I have to give up? I feel like, let me know about this. I feel like maybe that's why the divorce rate is so high with everyone. Do you know about White Day in Japan?
No.
So for White Day, what they do, the receptionists of businesses buy their bosses by their bosses something. I think on Valentine's Day, and they go whatever they give them. Usually, the bigger the present, the more you love the more you really respect and love your boss. And then 1 month later, on March 14th, the boss, what they do is they go and they give their receptionists and the people that work for them a present that is about 3 times the value of what they received the month prior. So if you really love your boss, you buy him something cheap but big. And if you really hate your boss, you buy him something small but expensive. And I feel like sometimes asking for a favor in marriage is like being handed diamond cufflinks, knowing that you're going to have to go and pay like 3 times that. Is that true, or is that just my cynical view of the mirage?
Well, when I've been married twice, and my second husband, I was married to him for 20 years, and we I mean, he's still my friend to this day. We ended our marriage very amicably. We were just not good married. We're very good friends to this day. And I mean, I went to Vegas without him. I went with my friends. I would go. I mean, so I just think that you just in a marriage, you just have to have communication. So, and it is a give and take. You know, I mean, I think that, for instance, with Foster, you got a new baby. If he says, "Hey, honey, sweetheart, go have a spa day for a weekend. I'll take care of the kids. Can I go to Comic-Con?" I bet you she might do it. I don't know. But I mean, there's definitely a lot of give and take. I mean, having young kids, it's tough. It's.
I'll give him something that he can keep in abeyance up until he needs the favor, and then
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very grateful because you know, still fairly young. I mean, fairly. I mean, getting older, but my kids are grown. I am young enough to, yes. But my kids are young. I mean, my kids are in their 20s, and I still can go up and do things. I don't. But I mean, I'm very grateful that having kids young is very difficult. But there's pros and cons. Very difficult. Now I'm in my 40s and I can go off and do things. I can meet my friends at New York Comic Con. I can go to D-Con. I can do these things. Travel, you know, which is what I want to do. I want to travel, see things. So it works out pretty good.
Have you ever seen Schitt's Creek?
No, you asked. I don't watch a lot of TV, Randy. Okay. No, I have not seen that. Message me and I'll put it on one night when I get home from work.
Okay, cool. So basically it's a really good show. In one episode, the mom, Moira, she does a wine tasting with her son David because he's getting married and they want to pick out like the wine, like whatever it is. Spoilers, you know, if he gets married. Anyway, when they do this wine tasting, it's like god awful wine, but the more they drink, obviously, the less bad it tastes. And then they wind up just getting smashed. And it's not like it's not because the drinks were no longer unpalatable. And what I wanted to bring this up was because have you ever gotten smashed with your kids? Have you ever just like gotten drunk with your kids? Is that fun? Is that something to do? Or is that something you should try to stay away from?
I've never, I mean, have I drank with my kids? Yes. Have I ever got drunk with my kids? No. No, I mean, I remember my youngest graduation party. We had, we had a keg out in the field, and we made all the kids that came. We took their keys. They couldn't leave. Whoever came, so we weren't going to have any accidents on the way home. So, but never downright. I mean, have I done that myself? Absolutely. I mean, I think we all do that as adults, but not with my children present. No. I don't want them to see me like that. God, no.
Okay, that's fair. On the, I forget what we were talking about before we kind of got sidetracked. Sorry, my ADD just goes everywhere.
You're good.
New York Comic Con. Okay, so you have your tickets there.
Yep.
We'll all try to figure out a thing for that. And you've gotten, I think since the last time we talked, you've gotten the gold and silver Vivi logo as well, correct?
Yes, I got that. I don't even remember when I got that. A little while ago. Yeah, I got
Yeah, I
that.
think it was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Since then, the price has swung wild, 3,300 to
Yes.
2,600 to 3,900, wherever it is
Oh,
now.
at one point, remember at one point, gosh, it was crazy. When I bought it, I got it at 100. It went all the way up to 7,600. And you asked me if I had was 10. You had asked me if I was 10. Everybody was like, so they're all wondering who it was. Who's this Tammy person? Who got this? It was so funny. And then you would ask me if I was tempted to sell it. I'm like, no, because I wanted it. Because at DCOM last year, I could have got it for free. I had David had said anybody who had closest to 420 collectibles. I had 418. I wasn't feeling good. I was in the hotel sleeping, and I had 418. I was so mad. I was so pissed that I was sleeping. But I was from that moment on, I was determined to get it, so I ended up getting it. So now I'm good. Yeah.
Nice. Everyone comment lays it down below with 420 reference.
Yep. And so no, I had no intention of selling it. And then it went down. I know somebody picked it up at 26, and now I think it's back up to 36.
Yeah.
I think I saw it at 36, 37. Yeah. So, and now I've got a couple others. I don't have any of the other logos. I might pick them up. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
We now have a nice little. We have 2 golden monkeys that we're going to get from Ron English.
Yeah.
Because normally he goes to each con. He'll at least be at DCon as well. So we'll get that from him. That'll be great. This is the gift that keeps on giving. It's kind of like what they did with Backhouse. Backhouse had utility, but they only had utility for 2 years. The golden logo seems like it'll have utility and ongoing utility forever. I think.
Well, I'm hoping that I'll get the polo with the patch, because as long as
The other
it wasn't
didn't
collected, yeah. So as long as they didn't collect it, I sent Eagle Eyes a message on the Discord, but I don't know if he was able to find out yet. So.
Oh, if you can, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So,
if you could get that, because then you get the.
that would be cool.
I have it somewhere. I keep losing it. I don't know. I know it's on my desk somewhere. But yeah, the shirts are great. That is great. The other thing I wanted to. We were getting into stocks before. Oh yeah, so there's when we were talking about stocks, recently the Atlanta Braves kind of came up as an IPO, and you could go and buy a piece of them. As we get into more and more money, as OMI goes up, because OMI's at 00064 right now, so it's kind of at the upper end of normal where it usually trades at. Yeah. What is something that you want to go and invest in? Not even for the game, just because it's cool to own. Like, I always wanted to have a piece of Nintendo, so I bought Nintendo stock back in the day. I bought Tesla stock when I was younger as well. Would you want to buy a piece of a professional sports team?
No, I'm not really into sports. I don't think I would want to spend money on a sports team. You know what I'd really like to own is I would probably buy Disney stock, just so I would probably buy 2 and pay for the certificate. You can buy just so you could get the cool. You could get these cool certificate things showing that you own it. I'd probably give each of my granddaughters one, just because it's cool to have.
Even if you just
probably that's probably what I. No, I'd probably buy 2 shares so that each of my granddaughters would have one. Oh, probably 3, because I have 3 granddaughters now. Probably what I do, and I'd probably just do that.
But you get a certificate, even
you have to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you have to pay for it, and it costs a lot. It's not cheap.
Oh.
So, coin market cap.
Does it cost more than? Because I think a share of Disney is like how is it, like hundreds of dollars to get it?
So hold on, let me look see what Disney.
Because I know the share of Disney is pretty low.
Yeah, but it costs a lot to have the. I don't want Disney Plus. Disney stock.
So I don't know
yeah. So Disney stock's only $86, but to get that certificate, I don't even know what it costs. I mean, but I know it's expensive. I mean, probably like $1,000. I think. I mean, it's crazy.
I think they would rather have like 10 shares of Disney as opposed to
they probably would. Yeah, they probably would. But it's just something cool to have. and it's like embossed. It's just embossed, and it has I don't know. It's cool. Here, let me see what here. Jeez. Certificate of stock. Okay, let's see here. Let's dollars. See, it doesn't even tell me how much it costs. Okay, cost. Let's see here. Let's cost. Okay, 2022. That doesn't tell me. Put that in. It says it brought up Charles Schwab.
Okay. Do you have an account with Charles Schwab?
Yeah, still. I don't yet, but I'm going to, because I have, and Charles Schwab bought out Ameritrade, so I have to convert it over. I think on August 1st, so I will have Charles Schwab.
That's soon. Yeah, so it's like 2 days away.
Yeah, I have a reminder because I own some AMC.
Yes, what?
So I own some AMC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I bought some AMC.
On that?
No, I'm a long-term dumb. I should have cashed out. Sold it when it was at 70. I would have made money if I did that. Now I'm down a lot of money. But anyway, they sent me an email that says you have to do it between this time frame. So it's a reminder on my calendar to do it on the 1st. So yeah, I'll do that.
So
I'm all about.
Sorry, what?
Oh, it says Randy's never buying. Yeah, I believe that, Bill. 100%.
Are you also of this? Do you also subscribe to this notion that you might be never done buying the Vivi collectibles? Because I know you have a thing for OMI after 0.001, you'll stop. But what about Vivi?
Okay, so on the collectible side, I think I do believe there's going to be a point where there's going to be nothing on the secondary market. Okay. However, with the wait list, I believe I'll probably always buy something through the wait list. I'll always do that. Probably. I mean, and I've heard people like My Collectibles has never got a wait list. I don't know. I know that he's. I don't know if he got Astro. I did not get Astro either on the wait list.
I've heard he didn't. He hasn't gotten one either.
And I've gotten quite a few.
Yeah.
So I'm doing pretty well on that.
I didn't get the Astro Boy, so I had to buy him the secondary, but I got him at like 31, not 31, maybe it was like 39.
I think you got it at 39, I heard.
And then I don't even know what he's at now. Let's take a look, see. He's at 30. I feel like for anything that comes
out. He's at 30?
Yeah, he's at 30 right now. I would totally get another one, but I just blew my gem load on comics, so.
I still don't own him.
I mean, it's just more of a, hold them until Asia comes in and they'll gobble them up. I don't expect him to go to like 200, but I would totally expect him to go to, a doubling, go to like 60.
You know what I stacked a little bit of to wait for them to come in? I did the Tilly Fantasy. I have some of those. Yeah, so that's why I'm not, because I only have 60 gems on the app. And there's something that I'm looking for to get, but I don't have enough gems.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say 3-digit Adam Warlock, but you could definitely get him for less than 60.
No, yeah, I don't have him either.
Probably get him.
Yeah, I don't have him either.
So you don't really
no
MCP points too much.
No, I sent you a message on that one that remember that message I sent you about what was on sale? You don't remember? That matched my number?
Oh, yes. Okay, is that still there?
Yeah, so that's what, it's still there. And so, but I gotta wait. I think I might get it in 2 weeks. It's still there. If it's still there in 2 weeks, I'll get it. If not, then it's not meant to be because because I just got paid and this paycheck is like all bills and plus my $500 dollars in OMI, so gotta.
Yeah, first of the month in a couple days. Got that rent to pay. I feel you.
Yeah. Yep. Rents always do.
In the I want to you ever see those tiny houses that are advertised? You get them for like 20 grand.
Yeah.
I almost want to kind of do that and then just never have.
I could live in one of those.
I could too.
Well, you still got to pay. You still got to pay lot space.
I guess, but if you go on someone, oh yeah, I guess that's true. If you get I wonder how much it costs for the lot space though.
It depends.
It's definitely
It
not a
depends.
lot.
Like well, out here, I mean, it depends. Unless you have friends in property and they don't make you pay much. But
Yeah.
I mean, I got it pretty easy. Where I'm at, my room for rent, way cheap. Rooms out here for rent, $1,000 a month, easy. I don't know what you pay for rent, but my rent's way cheap compared to what most people pay.
I have a buddy of mine looking for a place now. She got really screwed. Like her dad just moved down to like Virginia, and he's like, "You gonna be okay?" Because like she has a job up here, she has like a boyfriend up here, and then she's
Mm-hmm.
like, like I move in with a friend, and now like her friend's parents that she's living with are moving, and like she has to be out by like September, so she's like freaking out because everywhere else, I even just like a one bedroom's like 1,600. So like a
Mm,
2 bedroom would be like I don't know, like 2,400 a month.
yeah.
So things are a little bit expensive out here. So that's why I've also been looking to move. Um, Brittany said she would totally join me if I went down to Florida. Florida, Texas, Arizona, any of the Carolinas. I'm all those places. I know that you said you might not be long for up there as well, right? Did you want to go public with
I
that, or is that a
I don't. Yeah, I don't mind. I am applying for a job in Arizona in December, beginning of January. Uh, so, if I'll fly down, do an audition. If they hire. Oh, what did hold on. We at a nice place, BCA. We do have traditional market conditions. Oh, I just wanted to see what God entry said.
oh
Um,
yeah. Um,
yeah,
I don't know what that would be, whether it's the higher interest rates buck them up again, which they could
yeah.
if they go on. I don't know if you have a um I mean, you could say stuff like, okay, the T-bills are going to go wild. Like, I don't know, for a lot of market stuff, like, not that I'm not convinced. Obviously, people, especially people like God's Entry, have a specialized knowledge, can make a lot of money. But a lot of
Yeah.
times, I feel like it's akin to just reading tea leaves. But obviously, God's Entry proves me wrong all the time. He makes a ton of money with this, so clearly there is something to it. But I feel like most people don't.
Well, and with God's entry, he's a trader, so it's a little bit different. For me, I'm long term,
Same.
and for I will definitely take profit. I'm dollar cost averaging. I bought when I first bought OMI, it was at 007. For goodness sakes, So this price, I'm dollar cost averaging, and so I'm trying to get that average down as much as I can. And that's why once it gets to any higher than 001, I'm stopping because I don't need to buy any higher than that.
Yeah.
Then and I was listening to that. I was listening to God's Entry, and I belong to his Discord also. He has a Discord, and he does a channel every one. I try to listen to it. Unfortunately, usually I'm sleeping at that time because I work nights. But I did listen to him and Mr. Pegs and Cavell. They did they were online, and I didn't listen to them live because I didn't catch it. But I do like to hear all points of views because it's not all about everybody who is on the bullish side. You got to hear all points of views. And he believes that that we could potentially, if we get to 5 cents, then I mean, I'm definitely taking profit. I mean, and that's what people need to understand is, crypto goes in 5 years or 4 year cycles, and so holding everything until it hits, a quarter, 50 cents, a dollar, whatever. I mean, you can do that, but you might be waiting 10, 15, 20 years. Taking profit, you might be waiting a long time. So it's always a good idea to take profit. So that my intention, and which is one reason why I'm working as hard as I am now, because hopefully in by 2030, I won't have to work as hard. That is what my goal is. So in my opinion, it is always a good idea to have a plan. And and God's entry will always tell. I mean, everybody do your own research. You don't do what everybody else is doing. You have to figure out what you're going to do. I mean, that's just what I'm doing. I have other assets. I have a rental property. I have a 401k. I have other stuff. And worst case scenario, if Vivi, OMI, whatever goes to zero, I don't think it will. I can still go to work. I have a job. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, it is a big deal. I really don't want it to. I'm not saying that by all means that I want it to go to zero, because I don't. I really hope that I can retire off this. It would be wonderful for me. It'll be wonderful for my grandchildren. But that's neither here nor there. People need to do their own research. They have to believe. They have to be able to make their own judgment calls. So.
Yeah, I've been reiterating more and more, and I've said this for a long time. It's like, hey, everyone, don't do what I do, and just stay in like.
Well, you're a little crazy. I mean, you're like all in.
Very crazy. I passed that line long ago.
Yeah.
It's always worked out. So it's I've been wrong, but definitely early. But yeah, at 5 cents, I would have probably sold off maybe about 20-30 million OMI. I'll still keep well above 100. But if we go to, I mean, again, people don't like to buy when it's boring. They like to buy when they like to FOMO in. And also you have all these catalysts coming. I would say that 10 cents is probably my base case, but if we do go super crazy high, like Crypto Rain thinks we can do, there's a decent chance that I'll sell well over 100 million OMI and only have like 50 million left. Like if we go to 20 or 30 cents, I'll take a cool 30 mil and I'll cash out 100 million, and I might just have 30 million left at that point. So.
Well, yeah, and life-changing money for sure. And I mean, I don't have that much OMI. I mean, I would love to have that much money, that much OMI, but I do have normal everyday bills, credit card debt that I'm trying to work on paying off. I have things that I have to take care of. Most people in today's day and age live paycheck to paycheck. I'm no exception. But I am focus and rearrange some things so I can change that in my life. So, I am really listening to, I am reading his comments. 0.05 is 75K. I know. And then I'm going to wait until it's boring again and buy it back. So, I mean, and what people don't understand, like I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine at work, and he literally sold all of his Ethereum. And I'm like, why did you do that? It is boring. I'm like, gotta buy when it's boring. It's boring. Don't sell it. And so I'm like, for me, like my best friend, she tells me all the time that I have the best temperament for this, because I listen to spaces, I do all this stuff, but I've only gone up one time and talked on spaces, and it was because it was with Silicone, who was a very dear friend. And because I like to listen and absorb. I absorb the information and I try to figure out how I'm going to use the information to make it best fit me. How can I use it to make my life better? And that's what I try to do. And if it works, great. If not, then I got to go back to the drawing board and start all over and do it again.
Yeah.
And that's how I hope that we all can learn. I mean, we're a community, and I hope we all can learn from each other. That's what I hope.
Yeah, agreed. Even God's Entry says, Tammy learned. I love it. So
yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Him and I have actually talked on Zoom before. I really appreciate what he's helped me with. He's a very good person.
Yeah, he's super smart. I ran into him in Atlantic City. It was like a couple years ago, I think, 1 or 2 years ago, but fairly recent. I think we played poker for a little bit. I don't think I was on acid. I think I was just a little drunk, if I recall. But that was a good time. So Wes asked, can we reach OMI in $1 in 2025?
Oh God, I doubt it.
Even Guzzer says possible. I highly doubt an next bull run. I agree. Whenever I talked about $1 OMI, it would be towards the end of the decade, around like the next bull market after this, like 2030, I guess 2029. But I think it really depends how much we burn. You know, if we can stay down here long enough and we can burn a ton, then sure, that's possible. But everything would have to hit correctly. You'd have to have you'd have to have bank money, like institutions coming in, which I'm not saying won't happen, but the odds of Disney going on a Q3 or Q4 earnings call later this year and them saying, hey, we took a sizable position in OMI, not likely. If it did happen, everyone and their mothers would rush in. But yeah, definitely not likely. Mark Hunt saying feel 5 to 8 cents next bull run. Yeah, guys. So be advised, 5 cents is a 75x from here. It is quite a long time, but it is OMI is extremely undervalued, or it's undervalued from where all the utility that it will have in the future. But that's why I go and live the way I do. That's why anyone wants to buy Dashi, let me know, or rent Dashi, because I'm going to buy Dashi back from you in the future. So I would totally do that. Have you done anything crazy, like sell any of your assets or go and be like, hey, I'm going to sell this for OMI?
No. No. The only I think you froze.
Am I back?
I thought you froze for a minute. No, I have not sold any assets. The only asset that I own worth owning is my rental property, and that is my family home that's been in my family since 1974. And I know that you said that you would have sold it a long time ago. That is not something that I'm willing to sell.
I would have. And obviously, if I would have a long time ago at like 002 or 005, I would definitely do it 0063.
Right. Yeah.
But again, that is just me. Yeah. So I guess we have a couple bits of news to go over the last 24 hours, because I didn't do a video today. Oh God, I'm in the wrong folder. Okay, we have. This is just. I don't even know if I want to bring this up. So Vivi Viral, over on Twitter, got I think like 17,000 followers, ton of followers. He had posted a photo, I think last week during San Diego Comic-Con. He had where David had posted a photo on Instagram. It's him and Jeremy Padower over at the Jazzwares.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, Jeremy that owns Jazzwares, they got bought up by Berkshire Hathaway a few months ago. So he is acquired by Warren Buffett. He's an amazingly smart guy. He deserves everything that came to him. He had the Pokemon sign in the background because he does Pokemon licensing through the Squishmallows. And the booth is only so big, so it just happened to have the Pokemon, the picture in the background. Jeremy even said as much. But then Al Kahn went on Twitter and he liked the photo. And I think he just liked it because he knows both of those guys. Like, he knows Jeremy on a personal level, knows David on a personal level. But what if it's not? What if Al liked that photo because David did say that he has been negotiating with Pokemon and maybe it is going well? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm not going to speculate on anything because everybody's been speculating on Pokemon since the day I got in almost 2 years ago.
That is true. That is a good point.
And I hope that when I believe it will come, when it does come, that it's when we can use our MVP points.
Do say that last part again?
I hope it's when we can use our MCP points for like buying the bronze tickets or whatever tickets we can use. That's what I hope. I hope that we're further along on that.
Yeah. That will. So we'll get. The only reason why we don't have MCP to bronze tickets right now is because they decided to morph OUP and MCP and Fusion Ha into the utility. Or the loyalty program. So if had they not done that and they were to work on them separately, we would already have MCP to tickets. The reason they're not is because they do want to be fair. Have like X amount go into people that pay for MCP and X amount go into people that pay for an OMI. But the first part of the OMI utility would be staking to get more MCP points.
Yep.
Which certain people that are not in the top 500, certain people that are currently Diamond 1, 2, whatever, they could potentially stake, I think, up to $40,000 worth of OMI and get a whole bunch of more MCP points. I don't know exactly how much more. Other bits of news, we have Sergio Collect saying, should Vivi keep the first 40 editions of every drop for themselves? And 60% of people, now granted, this is only 528 votes, so it is not a very large pool. 66% of people said, no, everyone should get random numbers. And the other 34% of people said, yes, it is their business. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be whatever. I mean, so for me, I think out of since I've been in since September of 21, and I think I've gotten 1 2-digit on a drop, and it was the galactic
The space
that round galactic thing. Yeah. That was like mint 50, I think. Otherwise, I've never gotten a 2-digit. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I got a couple mighties, I think. I might have got a couple of these. I mean, they've been doing it for all this long. I think that they're just gonna do it. I mean, they keep them. I think it's going to be difficult because for instance, you got all the 41s for the logos, so
Great.
That's a big flex. It's a big flex. So if they start handing out lower than that, if I were you, I would be potentially frustrated because I know that a lot of money was spent on those 41s.
A lot of money.
How I know you and I have talked about it. However, that is a business decision on the company, and it is their choice to do what they want with those first, and I know part of them go to, and we just talked about the 41s because they have, and I know that they randomly gave those out. You just got lucky and got the 41s. I would imagine they kept the first 40, when they went the printer, they got the first 40, whatever. But like on all the other ones, like the first 40 on the Mighty Marvels, the IPs get, say, the first 15, they get the number 1 to go into the museum, and then they get the first however many. It's a smart business decision to them. However, we don't know how the contracts are written between Vivi and the IPs. We don't know if in the contract stage you get these mint numbers, however they can never be sold, or you have to hold them for X amount of years before they can be sold. We don't know how those negotiations are. So, it could be also part of those negotiations an incentive for those IPs to sign those negotiations, to part of the negotiation, sign the contract by knowing they're getting those top 15 or top 20, however they're getting. And being part of the community, honestly, it's none of our business. Because David, Dan, Alex, Reese, they were so forthcoming in the beginning. They did all the AMAs, all that kind of stuff in the beginning. The people that have been here for so long, they want all that transparency. But I can tell you, most of these don't do that. They give out quarterly reports. They give out all that information. You have to wait for the reports to come out. They don't do AMAs. Most companies don't do that kind of stuff. So 5 years from now, when Vivi's out and about, they're doing that stuff. Do you really think David and Dan are going to be out there? They might, but they might not. We don't know how things are going to be. So honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. Whatever they choose to do, they choose to do. It's their business. And I will accept whatever they choose to do, whatever they think is best for the business. I will accept it. And people that get upset for the decisions that they make. Some of the things that they get upset for, I mean, to me, is just ridiculous. I mean, I understand getting butthurt about some of the stuff, about the timelines and stuff. I get it. It's frustrating. And I understand the exchanges. I get it. For me, I kind of like, I mean, to me, I'm happy because I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be on an exchange before the bull run. I want the coin to get on the exchange before the bull run. I want it to go up so I can sell some. But I don't want it to go on before the end of the year because I want to buy more. You know, so I get it. I mean, I get that they were promised. I understand that Reese said by the end of 2021 we were supposed to get 2 or 3 exchanges, and by the end of 22 we were supposed to get it. But I'm glad that we didn't get on FTX because look what happens. You know, I mean, I'm glad that certain things happened because things could have made things so much more worse. And if we got on FTX, then how many people would have lost their money? You know,
yeah, that would have been quite a lot of people.
And then what would have that done to?
Like when you have, when you're saying like, oh, I hope we're on an exchange before the bull run. I'm fairly certain that David and Dan aren't trying to time anything. It's just they want to do it right. Whenever that timeline comes out, it comes out for OUP. So I think there is a chance that we do see a bit of a pump on the rest of the market, and OMI, the utility hasn't rolled out yet, or the exchanges haven't rolled out yet. And if that happens, there's going to be a bunch of people that are like, oh, OMI's a crap coin. Everyone was right. They're going to chase those green candles and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other alts. And then like 2 months later, OMI's going to rock it. And that is going to be you're going to have a lot of butthurt people. Yeah. Yeah.
And people, you know, I mean, I was just talking to my best friend earlier today, and she was saying that, you know, because she'll talk to me and she goes, oh, I just heard this about, and she has no money in Vivi at all, no money in OMI, nothing. I tried to get her. I mean, she has money.
Where'd you go?
She did sell it and put it in OMI. I tell her all the time, let's do it. I'll come over and do it. And it's like, yeah, she's the biggest procrastinator that there is. But then we talk about it, and she can ask me she'll say, oh, I just heard this. And I'm like, yeah, that was like a week ago. You know, I can shout out, you know, all this stuff. But she has a valid point. I should learn more about other projects, you know, Sandbox, Mana, other metaverse type things. So I know how other projects are doing that are in the metaverse, other type of metaverse projects. So I know how they can intertwine together, because I don't know about those projects because I'm not invested in those projects. I know about this project because I mean, I have money invested. I enjoy. This is what I like. I love the community. I have friends in the community. This is what I wake up. First thing I do is I look at the market. First thing I do, what is my vault file? Is there anybody that, you know, followed a flow on the feed? Is there anybody that I haven't followed yet? Do they want to follow me? That kind of stuff. I mean, that's just what I do. But truly, should I start learning about other projects that is in this the metaverse space? Yeah, I should. I just haven't done that yet. And that's one of my downfalls. I mean, there's only so much time in the day. I do work full time, plus I work overtime, and it's hard to figure out the balance on figuring out how to get all this stuff done. And then when you have people that always, you know, they can't. All they do is complain, and I understand it's frustrating. But instead of complaining all the time, why don't we find out a solution? Why don't we figure out why is it like this or whatnot? And some things we can't. It's up to the team to figure it out. And the people that are complaining, if they really think that the team is not trying to figure out how to fix it, if they really think that, you know, Reese and Alex and Ryan and, you know, Dan and David, they're out just, you know, having a good on time when they're traveling in Singapore and doing all that stuff, and they're not, you know, Alibaba, that, you know, they're signing contracts and they're not trying to make the company grow, then why are you still here? I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I'm really glad you brought that up because I feel like a broken record when I repeat the same things over and over.
Yeah, it's
And
frustrating.
I feel like other people should really hear that from another person. So thank you for being here for going and giving that different perspective.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I do believe in the project. And I'm not a moon boy here to say it's going to go hit $1, it's going to hit $10. I am not. I do listen to other people. I listen to Cavell. I listen to Mr. Pegs. I do because it is good to hear other people's point of view to understand where they're coming from. Sometimes I get frustrated because I don't understand why they think that way, but that's not, they have every right to have their opinion, just like everybody has their right to their opinion. But just because you have that opinion, why don't we figure out a solution to that opinion? How do we fix it? What can we do as a community to fix the issues? That's all. That I mean, yeah, that's just ranting and raving. Making posts on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot. That's not going to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop.
And like you said, I don't think there are any outside of maybe Elon Musk. I don't think there are any CEOs in Fortune 500 companies that hang out with their constituents, that hang out with their peeps, that hang out with them on Twitter or Twitter Spaces, or go to where we actually get to see them face to face. Like we get FaceTime with them at those parties that Sanjay throws at the golden logo things that happen. Yeah. And that's
oh my God, when I went to Decon, Dan, I was just walking by and Dan literally pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, sure." I didn't even say anything. I'm like, okay, sure. We did a picture. It was great.
So a lot of people have been, going back to the gold and silver logo, a lot of people have actually been comparing it to Disney's Club 33. And Disney's Club 33 costs you $33,000 to get into, and it costs you an additional $15,000 a year in order to maintain that status. And most of what you do, you get to see things that other people don't see, and you have the opportunity to buy things that other people can't buy. But it's basically saying, hey, pay us all this money. Now you have the opportunity to buy other things. And with Vivi, they're giving you stuff. They're going and saying, hey, here, take this to redeem your Frankenfat or your gold monkeys, or have a thing where you get free merch or free, like I said, entrance to that party. Sanjay has one every year.
I know, I'm excited.
Thank you for the super chat.
Cavell.
Cavell definitely has carved out a space. He was responsible for onboarding a decent amount of people talking about it. Like we all do. We want to go a little crazy every now and then. That's
well, and I used to listen to him all the time. I don't follow. I mean, I don't. Yeah, he just pops up, because of all the Vivi stuff I watch. So it's yeah, I don't know.
So, and that's also why I have two gold and silver logos now, because they are that good. They're that perfect.
No, yeah. If I could get another one, I would get another one for sure.
When it gets to like 25K, I'll sell, and then so next bull market, I'd rather do that than, well, I'll sell one. I'm not selling 41. But
okay. So because we talked about that, do you remember are you going to try to? You're not going to sell the group, the 41. You're not going to sell the 41, the whole group, or
it would have to be unless I already offered it to David at Decon last year, or maybe it was it was Decon last year. I said, like, listen, David, this is your company. If you want the number 41 for yourself, we'll work out a deal. And he said, no, it's okay. So David could get it if he wants. The only other person right now that I think could make me an offer that I would accept would be Dr. Profit. Outside of those two guys, I would think that the only other people that could not make me do it, but give me an offer I wouldn't be able to refuse, would be if any of those crazy rich Asians come in, from the show, or you get that A-Rap money coming in. big oil money. And if they come, like I would right now for all 5 of them, $100,000. I'd do it.
Yeah, 100,000. Yeah. MC41.
For all no, because like I've already turned down $30,000 offer for the gold and silver. But $100K would be for all of them.
No, I know, but MC41 doesn't he has 100 of the 41s, right?
No, that's Mr. 41.eth. So there's,
okay, so
Mr. MC1.eth and
okay.
Mr. 41.eth.
Okay, so do you think he would the first one, Mr. 41.eth?
I outbid him for the blue and white. When we were going at it, I had found out, hey, who's like running this up my ass, and the guy's like, it's between you and Mr. 41.eth. So I had messaged him. I was like, sir, can you heck off? No, I did that. I was like, sir, like at that time I had purchased the green and white and the orange and white logo.
Yeah.
So I was like, nobody knows I'm doing this. I already have these logos, plus I have the 41. What do I need to do so that you back off of this one so I can get it and, continue completing it? And he's like, he was so nice. He's like, oh, Mr. Randy, take it. By all means, take it.
I heard he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I owe him like dinner. I owe him a bottle of Sauvignon, whatever he wants. He let me have that. Like, he didn't even let me.
Is he going to NYC? Is he going to New York?
I have to message him. If he is, I really got to go and meet up with him. Dude, I should invite him to that thing I told you about, the next.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it's kind of
in the next 2 weeks.
It
is pretty short. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was time. I forget where we were going with this before we had the.
We were just talking about 41. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where they could go with this. Do you think that they minted more logos so that this way, because they want to do a bunch of utility, and it kind of wouldn't be fair to only continuously give to the top, not to the top, but to the 500 that have these? Or do you think they want to spread the utility around?
I don't know. I had asked you about that. Because I only own the gold and silver. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that they're going to do any more utility like at events for it, because they can only fit so many people, at an event. So they might do more utility on the app. I just don't see them doing utility at events for it, because there's just they can't fit. I mean, how many blue and white logos are there? Do you know? I can look.
Yes.
Hold on, I got the app. Hold on. Market brands. Oh, hold on.
Oh my God, there's so many messages. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna ignore all for right now. Okay. Who can find it first?
Yeah, I had probably you, because my internet's slow, because I got all these things going on.
There are.
Oh yeah, you're gonna find it first. Okay, yeah. Could you imagine Sanjay setting up a thing for 1,204, and then say that no gold and silver people or gold and silver logos owned the blue and white? 1,700 people. I mean, we know that that's not fact, but say that. I mean, it's just not gonna. I mean, that's just not feasible.
Yeah, it's bananas.
So, I mean, I know that people want it to happen. I mean, I've read it in the Facebook feeds. So, yeah, and I mean, I don't comment a lot in those feeds, but I mean, I read a lot. I read a lot of the stuff because I like to. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes it's just ridiculous what stuff people say, but I just don't see how they can accommodate everybody.
Yeah, there'd be no way.
Yeah, so.
Mark says, well, he's talking about me specifically, but I think you can extrapolate that. Say, regardless if Vivi goes and releases any sub 40s for anything, the number 41 will always be the first public mint of
Correct.
whatever they release, regardless. So I think that makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have they do the like they're doing not drawings, but you know how they did that thing where if you liked God, they did it on Twitter, I think, where you watched a video and then you put your Vivi username on there or something. I don't know, but they do contests and stuff, I guess, and that's how you win stuff is with the and they give you a collectible, isn't it? With below 41 collectibles, or if it's a comic, it's below 181.
You came in a little broken up. Can you say that again?
Oh, so when what does he say? Tammy's still living in. Oh, I'm old.
You're not old.
I am. I'm older than most of the people that was watching your live stream.
I don't know. I think Bill. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Bill, well, we might be close in age. So when they do those giveaways, aren't the giveaways mint numbers under 41?
From Marvel, yes.
But didn't they just do one where you go onto Twitter or YouTube, like the short reels, and then you
but they're not
like
sub
it?
40s.
Well, where do they get them from?
So what they do is obviously they keep the first 40, but they also keep 50 after that. So
just random mints?
Yeah, just random mints.
Okay. And those are the ones that were.
It does take a 41, which I really think should not happen, but.
Yeah, because I agree, because that should be a public. I mean, it's public, but I think that should be given out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Astro Boy mint number 41 is up for auction. Oh, it's from somebody that just joined Vivi this week and has one collectible. How do you feel about that?
Do we know? Do we know for sure this joined this week? Were they at Comic-Con?
I don't know. Well, it says member since 23 July of 2023.
Okay.
It does appear to be a real person. It's Winter 22.
They got a picture
of a little doggo on there. And
I'm okay with it.
Only has one collectible.
I'm okay. Maybe he wants to get something good so he can invest it other places. Maybe he wants to cash out. Maybe it sells for $600. He cashes out and he's done.
He was not in San Diego Comic-Con. He is, or she
good for him.
In Europe, because they spell favorite the dumb way with favorite with an OU. So I immediately do not like him because he's not American.
He spelled it what? What is it? Okay, what's his username again?
His username is Winter22.
Okay.
And he says that just started my journey with Vivi, excited to check out my favorite comics. But he spells favorite like the British way, FAVOURITE instead of ORITE. So like whenever somebody spells something like color or favorite with an OU, I immediately don't like them. They're like they suck at World Wars, and I just lessens the respect I have because they're not from America. Well, honestly, I'm not from America either, so it's.
Oh, I love people with accents. It's my favorite.
I like accents. Accents are cool.
Oh, remember we were going to talk about remember before the chat about my first name and how everybody says it wrong.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my name, everybody calls me Tammy, but I mean Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a multicultural staff at work, and nobody at work says, and I go by Tamara at work because we have a pit manager named Tammy, so it's really confusing if everybody calls me Tammy. So we have this guy, he's a high roller on one of our games. And when I mean he'll lay 20 grand on the table. I mean, he just plays till he's broke or until he gets his money back. And so these are different ways people say my name. Tamara, or Tamara, right? And so this guy, he says, say your name. And I told him, Tamara. And he goes, well, in my country, we say it Tamara. So I'm going to call you Tamara. Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's a cool dude. But my name's it's German. My maiden name's German. So I am half German. And someday I want to go there. I've never been to Germany, so I want to go. It's great because we get a lot. Yeah, I could imagine you have lots of fun in Germany. But it's just great because in the casino industry, you just get a lot of people come into the casino. Remember I told you when we talked, I had this crazy story to tell you that happened at the casino the other night?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I've been waiting for this. Yes, you drink your water. You quench that.
I have to drink water. Gotta drink my water. So this kid comes in. And when I mean a kid, I mean a kid. He looks like he's 18. And he's been hitting on me. Not a big deal. Happens all the time. And he says to me, and we got regulars on the game. I'm in roulette. And I got regulars on the game. And he says to me, Tamara, I want to make you breakfast in the morning.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I said, sweetheart, I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. He goes, oh my God, you called me sweetheart. I said, first of all, I call everybody sweetheart. I said, second of all, I'm just too old for you. He looks me dead in the face. He goes, I might be too young for you, but you're just not too old for me. I said, dude, yeah, you're like 2 months younger than my youngest son. It's just not going to happen. So that's like 2 weeks ago. And now keep in mind, the regulars on the table just bust up laughing, cracking up. And this is going on for he comes in 3 days in a row, doesn't leave me alone, stops for a few days, comes in again.
Oh.
And he's always in the section. Well, then, God, when did this happen? So today's Sunday. This is probably Thursday night in roulette. So he's on one game. They're doing whatever. I had to go to another game. And then they start screaming, and I go over, and they spill beer on the table. So I have to go get towels to clean it up. I come back, and the freaking the puddle's gone. And they go, yeah, don't worry about it. He drank it off the table. He bent over and slurped it off the table. Now, those tables are grosser than gross. I mean, there's stains on the table. It was so disgusting. I see you're about ready to vomit. Then later, the next day, another one of our regulars came in, an older gentleman. He's probably 50, 55, whatever. And he comes up to me and he goes, I think I'm going to take that kid out to dinner. I said, what? That kid? I mean, what the hell are you wasting time with him? He goes, I think I'm going to just take him out, sit him down, explain to him a few things. Because he's one of the guys that heard him telling me that he's going to take the dealer. When he was telling me this, the dealer's telling him, yeah, she don't get off till 4. I get off at 2. She don't get off until 4. Gave him a license plate number that was one of her old license plate numbers. All this stuff. And when he's telling me I get off work at 4, he goes, I got to be at work at 4. I said, see, just ain't going to work. You work days. I work not going to work, all this stuff. God, it was freaking funny. So this other guy, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to explain to him, you're 25. You're already getting an alcohol problem. You're going to get a gambling problem. You got to change your life around. I'm like, good luck for you, dude. This kid is just, yeah. So that was a funny story. And then the pit managers all talking about it, how this kid is. And they went and watched it up on surveillance. It was so gross. That's the crap I deal with at work. Ugh, yuck.
So
that's why I don't date customers. Ugh.
So if you didn't have kids, and the reason I'm coming from the perspective of when I was 19, I dated a 45-year-old, and if you didn't have kids, would you be okay with dating a 23-year-old?
You know what? That's funny that you brought that up. I was just talking with my friend down in Phoenix, and she was in Vegas, and she met somebody. They hung out. They did some extracurricular activities. She had no idea how old this person was. You like that comment? And the next day they were talking, and she had no idea who he was. 28 years old, younger than their kids. And she's like, huh. He had no idea she's 54. I had no idea that. And so, I would be, life is short. If I am more open to being with somebody younger now, than that, me and her have been talking about it. I guess what I'd have to do, make sure I would not be willing to date somebody younger if eventually they want a family, because I know I am not having any more children. It's not an option for me. Even adopting, I am not raising any more children. Not happening.
Preach.
Yeah, been there, done that. My kid, I'm not raising children again. It is my time to live my life, do what I want, have a good time. Not doing it. So if I meet somebody that I'm attracted to who is younger and they don't mind my age, and they want to have a good time, but they want to have children, not going there. Nope.
So
I don't care.
Do they have to be older than your children?
No, I don't care anymore. No. Nope.
Okay, nice.
I don't care.
So you could have like a fling with a 23-year-old.
I could, yeah.
Nice. As much as I would love to get into the rest of this, we do have some more comments here. We do have some more other things to go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Austin says hi. Sorry, I just saw one from Austin.
Oh, hey guys. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was. So Austin, he was. I don't know if you know him, but he was my roommate at Decon. He that was a fam. Hooked us up to help save costs, because him and I both decided to go down to Decon at the very last minute, so it was cool.
Yeah, I think, did I meet him?
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
I do remember.
No, he's cool.
I think it was the night before Decon, where everyone got together at that.
Oh yeah, and he was so excited. He was like in awe. He was like so in awe of meeting everybody. It was just the best thing. It was like he was like a little kid in the candy store. Like he was meeting. Yeah, it was like he was meeting. Yeah, he was great. Or like meeting famous people, Hollywood people.
Yeah, Austin's great. So we have Vogue that spells behaviors with an OU. Get out of my channel. Oh, get out of there. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Austin. Hey, Biscuits. Hey, Wes. Is Coin gonna make a metaverse? When does Coin get? I don't know if they need to.
Whoops. My friend. Okay. I got to make a correction. My friend sent me a 54. She's 53. Sorry, guys.
What was the message?
My best friend. When I said she's not 54, she's 53. She said I'm 53, bitch. Sorry. And she's trying to make comments in the chat. It won't work. She doesn't know why. She's trying to help you out.
Account?
I'll ask her.
Yeah, because you have to make a YouTube account in order to leave comments. I'm pretty sure. Very positive.
She's trying to help that algorithm,
Oh yeah, of course. I would say, so for CoinGecko or I guess any place to make OMI a metaverse token, it would have to be used in the metaverse. So I would say next year, 2024, maybe the end of this year, but I'm not 100%. I would say, just to be safe, we'll call it next year. They'll probably do that. That was the other thing I said. So it reminded me when you said, "Oh, don't you know?" Have that real was that Montana voice, Montanian? What accents do you find the best that you
attractive
listen to?
Oh, Australian and England. Oh, I love it.
Interesting. I like Russian. I like Eastern European accents.
Oh, I like them too. Or even Southern. Georgia. Yeah. And you know, it's really funny. I talked to my friend in Australia. I have a friend down there, and we'll FaceTime sometimes. And he says to me, "Oh, I like your accent." I'm like, "What?" I don't have never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that I would have an accent, but you know, everybody, yes.
Well, we were talking the other day about, or I think you commented on my Facebook post, that you've seen Jason
Jason
Aldean in
Aldean.
concert. Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
How was that?
Yeah. Doesn't take long. Hold on, take
Sure.
long. So the Jason Aldean concert that I went and saw, the one I commented on. What was that comment?
Oh, just tell me what's your age limit?
Oh, Austin.
So I guess 23.
Yeah, I know. I remember him.
But what's higher? Would you go? I guess 69. Everyone comment nice down below with 69.
69.
I feel like it's a little old.
That is a little. The oldest person I dated somebody that was 55. But wait, maybe he was 50. I was. I'm 48. 44.
Oh, okay. All right.
So when Jason Aldean concert, that was he's 25. He was probably 14. So probably about 14. Well, was he 14? How old was he? Probably 14, maybe. My son. I'm trying to figure out how long ago. Yeah. He was probably about 14. So probably about 14 years. We went to a country concert at our state fair. It was after a rodeo. And it's one of those concerts where after the rodeo's done, you run down and it's general admission. So you can either stay in the stands and sit, or you run down and because otherwise once you get down there, if you're in the front, you're not getting, so you better go to the bathroom before you go because you ain't getting out once you get down to the end. So yeah, so you're stuck. So, and I had just had a couple weeks prior, I just had surgery on my ankles, one of those big boots. And it was me, my ex-husband, and my best friend and her husband, and then all of our kids. So, and my ex-husband's daughter, I was talking with her, and I said, there is no way, there were so many people there. I said, there's no way. I had a thing of getting an artist to autograph my cowboy hat. So I was like, there's no way we're going to get down there to get him to sign my hat. And she goes, watch me. She had grabbed, so we were all holding hands, and she drugged us all the way down there. So we got down, and one row of people in front. My son was short, so he couldn't see. So the guy in front of us was nice enough to put my son on his shoulders. Nice. Well, then it was getting tight, so then he's put my son on the edge of the stage. Which was cool because then my son was holding my cowboy hat with a Sharpie, and so Jason Aldean signed my cowboy hat.
Oh,
and so cool. It was the best experience. And so this is one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite artists, because he's so personable with the kids. So did this so then my friends were on stage with my ex-husband. Or not on stage, in the stadium, sitting in the seats. And you know when you're at a state fair and you're in a concert venue, they have the big TVs, so you can see the artists on the TVs. They took pictures of my son with Jason Aldean on the TV, see him, and they still have those pictures, so I could get copies of those whenever I find time for that. It's been 14 years, so why wouldn't I have them by now? Anyway. So he got that autograph for me. Then he also got the hat my son was wearing. He autographed that. Plus, he autographed the hat that the guy that my son was on the shoulders of, autographed his hat. Those were the only three things that he signed the concert. So yeah, awesome concert.
So how do you feel about his new hit song, "Try That in a Small Town"?
I have no issues with it. I live in a small town. I mean, the town I live in doesn't have a stoplight, doesn't have a bar. I mean,
Where do you live?
yeah, I live in a very small town. I live in a very, very small town. Now, don't get me wrong. I could drive like 8 minutes down the road to hit the next town to get to a bar. I mean, it's not like I can't find, I live in a very, very small community. It takes me 45 minutes to drive to work.
Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot of time. That's a long commute.
Well, 45 minutes with no traffic. 45 minutes.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have, God forbid, there's rain, there's traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, big oof. Yeah, I like that as well. So we have, how many sets do you have on Vivi?
Oh, 72, I think.
Oh, you have more than I do. How many daily points do you get each day?
I get approximately, let me go on it real quick. Profile. Yes, never even, approximately 849.
Okay. And you're usually always master collector, right? There's no days where, oh, I'm not a master collector today. I'm back down to.
No, remember when you went down and then went back up like the next day? Remember that happened? That happened to me too.
Oh, so even at like 850.
Well, no, I was at like 7. At that time, I was like at 780, 784, 794 or something.
Okay.
I really think that they were doing something like an adjustment or something. I don't know. It went down to that diamond, whatever it was at that next level down. And then like that, the next day or the 2 days later, I went right back up to master.
Okay. So but typically you need like 830, so give or take.
Is it 830 to be at master?
They were just saying like how many daily points are needed to be a master collector, and
yeah,
those are 830. I just didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at 8. Looks like I didn't do. What did I do yesterday? No, I haven't bought anything for a few days, and I'm at 849.05. That's what I got in the last 24 hours.
I am at 877, still a master. So, but you have more sets than me. I only have 69 sets. Everyone comment nice down below for 69.
Yeah, but you probably have more secret rares than I have.
Yeah. Do you count those? The secret rares?
No, because I buy what I like. I mean, I did pick up. I mean, if I find comics that are really cheap and I can't, that's why I try not to buy them if they're too cheap. I'll pick them up, but I buy what I like.
I have 31 secret rares.
Okay, hold on. How do you find it?
So if you just go to your profile and then go to collectibles and then you hit the collectibles, it'll filter like from secret rare and then eventually it'll go down to the ultra rare.
Okay, hold on. Profile.
But I do have multiples of like the Fantastic Four holiday card, the secret rare alligator Loki, the Shuri Black Panther.
Oh, I'm on it. Okay, hold on.
And
okay, so
the gold and silver Vivi logo as well.
Okay, so I'm on profile. Tell me where to go now.
So on your profile, where it says master, go below that. That says points, then go below that. It says collectibles.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then for me, it filters from secret rare all the way down.
Because I'm on the web app because I'm not on my phone. So on my phone I can figure it out. But rarity. Okay, here, look at this. Secret rare. Look at this. I got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 8, 9. Oh, look at that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You live in a small town. You live in a watering hole.
That's funny. Yeah, pretty much.
Someone's poisoned the water hole.
8.
Whoa.
See, I only have 21 collectibles, 21 secret rares, but I have my let me see how many comics I've 21. Okay, rarity. Oh my gosh, this is even worse. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. See, I only have 26 secret rares.
Gotcha.
So I don't have a lot at all.
Are they all separate, or do you have multiple secret rares?
I have a few. I have a few. So like
Because there's a couple
on.
that are really cheap. Like, do you have the Young Warhol?
Mm-mm.
The Young
No,
Warhol
I don't have that.
is $27. It's a secret rare. It's a full set. So that's
Okay.
something that's really good to get. And then the Fantastic Four holiday card is only $44, and it's a secret rare. It's a full set by itself. So if you,
Well, after I buy that thing I told you I want, then I'll do that.
yeah,
So the only thing that like I have okay, hold on, so I can see this. I have uh okay, I can't say that name. The lightsaber, you can say it. The secret rare lightsaber. Which one is that? That one. I can't say that name. I'm not gonna make a fool of myself. I got 3 of those, and then I got 2 of the duck Deadpools. I got 2 of those. So those are the only ones those are the only ones I have multiple of those secret rares. Then and then for comics,
I'll send you a list.
Yeah, send me a list and I'll look.
Because Veve's another one, $38. Secret rare. It's a full set by itself.
Oh, I need some of those. I need that.
Yeah, like so you could literally for like $110 get 3 sets, and they're all secret rares.
Okay, and then I got 2 of the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, and I got no comics.
Oh,
I got those on the drop. I got those on the drop.
That's amazing.
I know, and then you know which one I got on the drop, which was totally amazing. Which one is it called? The Edge of the Spider-Verse. The floor price I think is almost 400. I think.
Nice.
You would have sold that. You would have sold that a long time ago.
Easily, and I would have bought like 150 more comics.
I know. I'm not doing it. It was when right after Magic. We've got a girls group on Twitter, and me and Magic both got it.
Oh, nice.
I know, we are so excited. She actually completed the whole set.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the only one that I didn't do it. I should do it because the prices are so reasonable. But I'm buying OMI, so I'm trying to be good and not. Yeah. I'm trying really. The only time I'm really putting money in is this next paycheck because I don't have a lot of bills that have to come out. I will. I'm going to hopefully pay off a credit card, and then if I have money left over after my OMI, I'm probably going to buy that thing I was thinking about.
Gotcha.
But I really do. I mean, that one would be cool to hold that whole set. Casey Collects really loves Gwen.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think she bought one of my sub 100 Spidey Gwens.
Oh yeah.
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 She like cosplayed as her one year at like a
really?
Halloween party or something. She might. I don't know if she'll go to. I think she'll go to Decon. Might wear one of those things.
Oh, that would be fun.
If you go to New York Comic Con, are you going to cosplay?
No.
Why not?
No. No way.
Okay.
Why?
Well, yeah, why not?
Because I'm way too old. No. You get what you see. What you see is what you get. No, you know what? Okay, so I'm going to a concert on August 12th, and it's a '90s concert at the casino I work at.
Nice.
And the girls I'm going with, they want to dress up as '90s. Oh my god. I'm not okay. So I'm not spending money on clothes that I'm never going to wear again. But I did buy a pair back in. Okay, so I went out and bought fake Keds at Walmart today for $11 because I'm not spending $50 on a pair of Keds that I'm only going to wear once. Won't do it. That's yeah. So I'm going to put my hair on a side ponytail.
Yes.
And like I went to go. We used to wear hair straight up, and we would like wear it. I mean, and oh my god, like Tiffany. Do you remember Tiffany from the 90s? Have you?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
Oh my god, no, Tiffany. Debbie Gibson. Okay, I'll find a YouTube video. I'll send it to you.
Let me Google real quick.
Google. Yep. God dang it, my water just spilled all over. No, Tiffany. Just type in Tiffany 90s music.
Okay.
And then you'll see her hair.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So I went to go buy. Okay, now keep in mind, I don't own a hair dryer, curling iron, hairspray. Don't own any of that. How am I going to get my hair like looking like that?
I don't know. Salon.
Right.
I would say. All right. So also, I'm just. Apparently, I've watched I think we're alone now because it has the red thing around it. I have zero recollection of ever watching this.
Oh yeah, she was way popular in the 90s.
106 million views, so I guess it's a good song.
Oh yeah, that's back in the day.
Why don't I have any remembrance of her like this? So this happened once before, where I was on the toilet and I was just like on the YouTube, like on my tablet, saying like, okay, what's good to like listen to or whatever. And it was one of the songs that was suggested was the Beatles as if they were like a 90s or 2000s pop punk band. So it's this band that covers Beatles songs, but they re-sing them as a 90s, 2000s pop punk band, like Green Day or Blink-182. It's like, this is cool, sounds dope. So I listened. And, it's good. And I was like, oh, I'm going to leave a comment. And I had already left a comment like a year prior. I was like, what is going on? I just
Deja vu.
I just am forgetting everything. I don't know how long my mind is going to last.
Oh, that's funny. Biscuits had to leave.
Bye, Biscuits. We love you.
Yep. So, Dead Coin has 178 sets. Level 67. That's awesome.
Beast mode. He's going hard.
Yep.
Super hard. As long as my phone and my car stay good and I don't have to spend like an extra 1,000 or a couple thousand, I'll be good for a while. I can go and start buying OMI next month. Hella excited.
Yeah. Why, are you having problems with your car?
No, it's a 2012 Honda Civic, so old,
Yeah.
Old AF.
I dropped my car off Wednesday to get fixed.
Because you had the.
I got rear-ended, yeah. Yep. So that'll be nice. Finally.
I wonder if now, I don't know if you would need proof of it or not, because Congress has confirmed aliens exist. You could be like, an alien ship just drove by and I crashed.
Oh my gosh.
And the insurance.
So okay, wait. Congress confirmed aliens. I don't watch the news, so I don't.
Yeah, you don't watch TV. So my friend.
No, I don't watch TV.
My friend Nancy was the one that actually got to ask the questions. She was interviewing, or she was asking the questions to either the Navy pilot or the Air Force pilot. I think it was the Air Force pilot. Some major in the Air Force, retired now, and she's like, okay, well, have you ever? So you can confirm there are teams that go and they recover UFOs, unidentified flying objects. So aliens were not brought up yet. It's like, okay, and the guy says, yes, we have teams that recover unidentified flying objects. And it's like, and you reverse engineer. It's like, yes, reverse engineer them. And then she says, okay, have you discovered pilots? Are these unmanned aircraft or are they pilots? And it's like, we have discovered species, pilots that are of a certain species. And then she's like, okay, are they humans or are they non-biological humans? And he says they are non-biological humans. So straight up non-biological, like they're human, non-biological. They're aliens to a T. And that,
I love it.
And everyone on TikTok was just like, I still got to go to work in the morning. I don't care. Like nobody's paying attention. Like they're paying attention, but they just don't care. and I wish they would, because I love aliens. I love this stuff. And everyone's
Well,
just
if
like,
anybody truly believes that we're the only living beings in the whole entire galaxy, they're idiots. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, not idiots, but they're that's a harsh word, I guess. I mean, they're just naive, I guess would be a better word. I mean, it just. I mean, there's so many galaxies, it just doesn't make sense.
Bill Gardner says, not only confirmed they exist, but admitted they have bodies and that the research is funded by circumventing Congress, which also confirms underground bases. Now, in my time in the
Wow.
Air Force, there's a place called Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It's in Ohio, and it's a normal Air Force base. Do everything there that other normal Air Force bases do. However, there is a very, 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 very large underground system that they have. A buddy of mine was security detail on there once. You do have to have certain clearance to do that, but he didn't get to see what he was guarding. Just check IDs, check whatever. Other than that, no one in or out.
Wow.
So we were talking. I have a theory. That that's where some of the stuff goes down. I don't even think. Oh, I'll say this. I also got the chance to talk to a high level government, like a very high level government official. And this was off the record, and I was a little drunk. And I was like, "Tell me, aliens exist?" And he told me without telling me. He just says, "Well, with Trump being president, he would have most likely spilled it. So, if they were there, Trump would have most likely leaked. We have the best aliens." And I feel like that's just a generic answer that he's saying so he can answer without having to really answer. So I feel
Right.
like yeah. And also, Abe, yes, if I knew then what I do now, I would buy OMI in early to mid 2021. I would sell it in January of 2022 when I was still a millionaire, and then I would rebuy it all of this year, and then
Yeah.
and then I'd have like a billion OMI. So that's what I would do.
That would be nice. Yeah. I wish I would have been able to get in sooner because I didn't get in until September 21. I would have loved to buy pods at $80. I only own one pod.
I was able to buy when I first made my account, but I was like, I don't know. I didn't do enough research at that point.
Yeah.
I was stupid. I'm an idiot.
Not stupid. Not stupid. Just didn't know difference.
Yeah, I guess. It was there. I just didn't dig deep enough at the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is alien tech?
Elon's spending big bread in space, definitely for something. Well, I think part of the thing is what he wants to do is eventually wants to take SpaceX, obviously space exploration, and he wants to go and send satellites up into space to mine whatever's on local asteroids, whether it's for ore, or gold, or platinum, whatever it is, and then then suddenly you're not just worth a couple $100 billion, you're worth trillions at that point. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think we have. So it's been. We'll go a little bit longer for the 2 hours. You have an extra 12 minutes?
Up to you. Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Cool beans.
You gotta remember, my hours are not normal.
That's another good point. You could go for 8 hours.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I don't go. I won't go to sleep until probably 2 or 3.
Wild, but
Pacific Standard Time. Yeah.
Oh, 2 or 3 your time. It's
8:50
my time over there, or 7:50.
7:50.
7. Oh wow, yeah. So it's 10:50 for me over here. It's I usually don't go to bed until 2 anyway, but it's different than your 2 or 3.
Yep.
Beings in the galaxy prove it otherwise. We're trying, Wes. We're trying. We need to get bodies of those aliens. What were your thoughts in 2019 about the Invade Area 51 memes? Do you remember that?
I do not remember that.
It started off as like a joke. It started at night, where somebody just posted the meme like, "Let's all invade Area 51. They can't catch us all," and because they wanted to just know about aliens. And then like a few hours later, all of Europe woke up, and everyone in Europe's waking up to all these like Invade Area 51 memes. Like, what are they doing over there in America? And there was safety briefings that my friends had to go to in the military for when the impending invasion came out, and say like they had to have an LT demonstrate what a Naruto run is. Do you know Naruto?
Mm-mm.
They like run with their hands at their backs, like they run like a goose, like they run like it's the stupidest thing, but that's what they do in this anime. They just run like with
Wow.
their hands. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very very
No,
autistic
you got to
of me.
remember, I've never seen anime either.
Tammy, okay, am I Aladdin in the movie Aladdin? Because Tammy, I can show you the world.
All right. So when I come to New York, we'll watch anime, I guess.
We have, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in New York. Anime can be
I
done
think
at
I
any
think we'll be
time.
busy doing other stuff though.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of parties like Vivi,
Yeah.
and then also other non-Vivi
After.
parties,
Yeah.
and then
It'll be too
also
busy.
if we get this house or this large thing, there's gonna be a bunch of people.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So the ice cream and
Start
pizza. Yeah. Anyway,
start looking for the house.
I guess I'll have to. Yeah. I'll start looking when I come back from that trip that I told you about, and then I'll
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, because like I still haven't bought tickets for that trip yet either. I have to
Did
go.
you?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah. I just because I have I could fly in there from New York, but my friend Ernie has a private jet, so I could fly over to him first, hang out with him for a day or two, and then take the private jet over. Oh, that any excuse to ride in that is my
That
favorite.
well, that probably would be a better idea.
Yeah, totally. If I sold my house, I could get 400 million OMI.
my my friend just said, uh, because she heard you say how you're thinking about moving to other places. She said, Arizona, there's lots to do. And then she said that she wants to come to New York.
Oh, is
She
she in
hears us
Arizona?
talking. Yeah, she lives in Phoenix. That's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about moving down there. Because I mean, I'm not going to just move. I mean, I know that Sam Bam and stuff is down there, but I want to make sure, have a roommate and stuff.
I just talked to Rudy and Tina. Well, I just talked to
Hmm.
Rudy, but Tina was there. They just got back from vacation. They loved it.
Oh my God, they're great. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but they said the last like 10 days they were on a cruise, and like normal cruises are fun, but like every day on the cruise, like I guess they were island hopping, going from island to island at night, and
Do
during
you
the
know where they
day,
went on the cruise?
somewhere in Europe, I guess.
Okay.
I'm imagining. But
Yeah.
they had an excursion every single day, so they were walking like 8 miles a day on their
Mm.
excursion. So they were just tired. I was like, couldn't skip a day. It's like we paid for it. I was like, oh, okay, well, we already paid for it. But anyway, sleep in my bay. Um,
Oh,
he's my bay. I would say
he's
if you
awesome.
have
Oh, I have my hats. I just moved. Found both my hats.
my hats in the wash, but I'm glad that you're happy with your hats.
Of
Um,
course. I bought
I
an
forget what I
extra
was
one.
saying.
The excursion. Did they take pictures? They took
Oh
pictures
yeah.
with their collectibles, didn't they?
Yes, they did, which was amazing. I love those pictures. But I was talking to him because him and Tina live down in Arizona, and I was just like,
Mhm.
"Oh, where's?" And I was talking to him, I was like, "Hey, Tammy's moving down to Arizona. I know Fem's there with Heather Piroga. I know you guys are down there, and I've been wanting to move, get out of New York for the last several years. Originally, the choices were Florida or Texas, but I mean, I assume there's some Vivi fam in Florida and some in Texas, but there's like a core group of you guys all in Phoenix. It'd be really cool. And then he's like, when you're ready to cross that bridge, you got to let me help because he knows the area. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
um, so I would be. And he's like, yeah, it's like an hour flight to Vegas, hour flight to LA. And I was like, I love it.
Well, my friend. Well, it's not even that far of a drive. My friend, because she worked. She's a dealer also, and so she worked the Golden Nugget series, and she drove her car, and it's a 4 hour drive. It's not that bad.
Hmm. So yeah, that is maybe the real Randy Chavez will go down to Arizona for my next move. I don't know. a friend of mine that needs to move out here. It's like, oh, I gotta try to get a place with her because she needs it. Because I eventually want to have a place in New York and a place down south because I hate the winters up here, like more than anything. So yeah. Oh, did you get the comic today?
I did not go for the comic. I was too tired.
Oh yeah, I forgot because your hours are insane.
Yeah, so I haven't been sleeping well since my car accident. So
Oh yeah, you're
I
okay.
just I'm all right. I mean, we're working on getting better. So
Okay.
so yeah.
Oh wow, Bill Gardner got 18. Sorry, what?
Oh yeah, no, my friend said Burr for New York. Yeah, we're not going there in the winter time. She said.
All right, so she's the one that doesn't have Vivi yet, right?
No, this is a different friend. The one that I talk about, she's the Bitcoin. The one that I talk about all the time. She's the one that has a Bitcoin.
Okay, and this one that's talking right now.
She's the one that's in Phoenix.
Okay, but she's not into Vivi either.
No, but she's thinking about buying some OMI. I'm trying to get both of them, but she actually has some liquidity to. Well, they both do. She's the one working on it. Oh, she said she's gonna get it.
Good.
She's like, I'm getting it. Okay. Oh, I
gotta. Speaking of liquidity, Wes is hella liquid. If he sold his house, he can get 400 million OMI. Now, I wouldn't spend all of it in OMI, but again, that's just what I do. I'm crazy. You know, that's what I would do. But again, that's just me. So you said you would go and try out for that job, which I'm sure you'd get in January?
I'm gonna apply. Well, I have to see if they even have a job posted yet. So I'm gonna look and then probably apply the end of December, beginning of January. Because from my understanding, they're gonna do a massive hiring in February.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
And then I would tell them if I got the job. We'll see. Then I'd tell them I'd have to give my 2 weeks notice, come back, give my notice, and then make the move down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's a lot of moving. I hate moving. I always lose stuff when I'm moving. Lose like socks, shirts. I always lose clothes.
Ugh.
Every time. It ceases to it every single time I go and I do that. It's horrible.
Why do you just not pack it?
I do pack it. I pack everything. But it doesn't matter what I do. Every time I lose an article or articles of clothing. It's wrong. Anyway, so you have the New York trip that you've never been to New York. So you're coming here as a New York virgin. What
yeah, I got friends that are going to show me around.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I said I got friends that are showing me around.
What are you most excited for in New York? Be it the Vivi party, be it the actual Comic-Con, Central Park, Hudson.
I'm excited for the silver party, but I want to go to Times Square. I think that would be cool.
I say it'll be too early. You won't be able to see the tree at Rockefeller Plaza. They don't do that until December, but
yeah, that's okay. And I think I'd like to go see the Twin Tower Memorial.
I haven't gone. Well, I did go once, but they wouldn't. It was like they wouldn't let us in because we didn't have masks. It was like 2 years ago, and I was like,
oh yeah. And if there's no time, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But I mean, it depends on what we have time for. I had people tell me not to go on the subway.
It depends when. Depends where, what stops you're going. But if the thing on the subway is I don't know what to call it. Stick to yourself. Don't
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going on the subway if you're not there, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. That'll be fine. During Comic-Con in general, it's fine because everyone's all up in the subways. Everyone's in costume. You're coming in a week that you're still getting the New York experience, but it's just during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But it's usually fine. Like New Yorkers are very. I remember this one time, and I swear this happened before like the TikTok went viral. It was me and my friends. This is when I was in the military. So this was like 7, 8 years ago. We went to New York for some concert. We went on subway, and my friend Heather was like, why are we here? Like, why? Because we were on we were like delayed. Like the train had stopped for like a good 20 minutes. And it's like, what's going on? I was like, someone probably just threw themselves in front of the tracks. And she's like, uh-huh. And like what? Like you didn't just say that nonchalantly. And then a video came out like I think like a year ago of somebody saying like, oh, when non-New Yorkers come to New York and they ride the subway and like, oh no, somebody committed suicide on the tracks. Oh no. And the real New Yorkers just like, scrape the body off the tracks, let's go.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, that's so true, because I've seen that happen before. I've seen people just be like, let's go.
Yeah. Yep, I'm good.
So yeah.
I would imagine that they're used to that.
Yeah. Yes, Bill Garner, the comic.
Yeah, it did.
Making Vivi an extra $30,000, but very good on them. I don't know, did it have 5,000 or 7,500 copies today?
7,500.
Oh, okay, cool beans. So actually, if we do the 71.45 times, so it made about $50,000 today. So huzzah to Vivi. I think that was about it. So we went for 2 hours. You good to end it here?
Sure.
Okay, and then just stay on.
Okay.
I'll talk to you off camera for a little bit.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Everyone, thank you for coming by. I love you all. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi.